Now, the tools that you'll be requiring for this would be ChatGPT. That's of course the fantastic tool that we'll be using. The second thing that you do require for this would be an application form, right? Now, here's the thing, right? A lot of people get several different kind of leads every single day. But the problem is it's very difficult to identify which one is quality and which one is not quality. Let's just assume you own a local business, like let's say a gym. And every single day you're running advertisement, or maybe you're promoting your gym and you're getting thousands and thousands of leads coming to your inbox every single month. Unfortunately, it's very difficult for you to figure out which one is good and which one is not. As a result, when your sales team probably calls these leads, what ends up happening is they might end up spending a lot of time talking to tire kicker leads or people with not sufficient funds to be able to pay for your valuable advice and services. As a result, the efficiency of the sales team reduces significantly, and guess what? Your business doesn't grow because you're talking to leads who are just not qualified. So what I like to do is, in addition to having ChatGPT, the next thing you would probably have to have on your website would be maybe some sort of form that would allow people to, basically enter their information before they get in contact with you. Now, this is very, very easy to create. The scheduling software that we actually use to create a form like this is called as calendly.com. If you don't want to use Calendly, you can use Google Forms, that is a free version, or you can use Typeform, which is a paid version, or you can just go to Google and just type forms and then basically figure out which is the best form software for your business, put it on your website and allow people to actually fill in their important information over here. It's very critical that you do this. Now, through this information, you will now get a lot of insights. Now, once you have a lot of insights coming in, you'll be able to filter out which lead is quality and which one is not quality. Isn't that amazing? Well, yes, it is amazing, but the problem comes when you have a lot of leads coming in every single day. Who's going to sit down and manually study which, kind of application is actually good and which one is not? So keeping that into mind, I've created these 3 prompts that you can actually use right now in order to figure out which application is good. And you can basically use automation to understand that, and as a result, make your grading process a lot simpler. So let's get into exactly how this is going to work, right? So prompt number 1 is this, right? So I'm just like, you don't even need to necessarily read this. Now, the key thing that you must take into account over here is that I've written that you will be provided with 9 parameters that you'll be providing a score on a scale of 1 to 4. Now, the reason why I have written 9 parameters is because I generally have 9 parameters that I'll be using to scale a specific lead, right? So as you can see over here, there are 9 parameters, right? Now, in case in your form that you are creating, you do not have 9 parameters, then just make sure that you replace this with that number of parameters that you have. For example, if in your form you only have 4 questions and you just need to assess somebody based on 4 questions, then all you need to do is change this number 9 to actually 4, right? So make sure that the questions that you are putting in this form are relevant to your business, and it allows you to figure out who your ideal client is. For example, over here in my form, I'm asking questions like, what is your current monthly income? What is your desired monthly income? Now, let's say that you are a fitness coach. Chances are that you might want to ask somebody, what's your current height and weight? What is your desired weight? Like, maybe you are into dating, right? Maybe you want to ask people like, how many number of dates are you currently going on, and what's the desired number of dates that you actually want to go on? So these are some questions that you might have to adjust. So just keep that in mind based on your business, right? So what I'll do is I'll just take this prompt, I'll just copy it, go to ChatGPT and just paste it. And guess what? ChatGPT will now turn into a data analyst, which will allow me to basically, grade my applications on an automation basis, right? Now, once I've done that, what I can do is I'll have to write this prompt number 2. Now over here, you can see the parameter first that I've defined is social media. Now for me, what I've done is basically I've taken scoring from 1 to 4 and I'm telling ChatGPT that, hey, if somebody submits like no social media profile when they're submitting a form to me, then mark that as unqualified because I don't want to talk to a robot, right? But on the other hand, if they do mention that they have a social media link present, then of course, you can mark them as the best, right? Probably I would remove these two, right? And then parameter 2, right? Target audience. So 1. Now, this example that you see over here, I've taken this for a digital marketing agency that might be serving, let's say, dentists as a client and helping them get more patients, right? So what I've done is I've taken parameter 2 into account, which is called as target audience. Now, if I'm running a digital marketing agency, there might be certain people that I want to work with and certain people that I do not want to work with, right? So the unqualified people might be non-dentist healthcare professionals. So, let's say if I'm exclusively working with dentists, then I don't want anybody else who is not a dentist. Or let's say any non-US dentist, somebody who might not live in United States of America, if I'm targeting only dentists in United States. And then okay would be, somebody who recently started a new dental practice or somebody with a small solo dental practice, right? Now you can pause this video and read this if you want. But if I have to be completely honest with you, I just went to ChatGPT to, come up with like these random options. Like I literally said, if I were a digital marketing agency and I was targeting dentists in the United States as a client, give me a list of people that I should target my ideal clients by their demographics and psychographics. Also explain the clients that I should not target. Divide the same into 4 categories, where 1 being unqualified client that I should not target and 4 being the best category dentist that I should target, right? So this just made my job's like super easy, and I just took that information and pasted it over here. So the best ones, or the people that might score 4, would be established multi-location dental practices or specialized dental clinics, right? So ChatGPT did this job for me. Parameter number 3 might be if they are making under $5,000, unqualified. If they're making above $100,000, very qualified. Target revenue, if they are aiming to make under $100,000, probably unqualified. If they want to make above $300,000, well, guess what? They have the money. Cha-ching. And then the parameter for blocker might be somebody who is unqualified, in my opinion, might be that they don't realize that they have a problem. Maybe they're exploring, maybe they just need some help starting out, or maybe just like they want to make money fast. Whereas 4, or the best, might be they have a painful problem. They are already online. They need more implant patients for their dental business consistently on automation basis, right? And then already tried fixing problem by themselves by hiring other marketing agencies, right? And in terms of budget, like money is a constraint for them. This would be something like which makes them unqualified. But if they have plenty of cash to grow in their business, then of course they are the 4th or the best. And then parameter 7 might be, urgency. This means that if they need more than 90 days to actually get started, and they're not sure, then they are kind of like unqualified. Whereas if they can do it right now and they are willing to actually get started right now, then this means that it's urgent, and this means they're open to do that right now. In terms of timeline, right, this means will they actually show up to the call? This is like the last question that we ask people. Do you 100% confirm that you'll be available for this call? And if they mark no, then unqualified. Whereas if they say yes, then very good, right? And then the final parameter would be the answer quality. Like, did they actually take out the time to fill out the form, or they just did that in a rush, right? Over here, you will check the thing. So this basically means if they give you a vague and unclear answer, then unqualified. Whereas if they give you a detailed and clear answer, they are very qualified. So do you understand if the next thing that we are telling ChatGPT is, do you understand if you would be able to provide a score between all 9 parameters? You need to provide then a final score, average score of all the 9 parameters by starting the application that I'll be providing now. So this is the prompt. You can literally copy it and like adjust it based on your, business. Now, again, let's say you're a health coach and you're targeting, let's say, male IT professionals in their 40 living in Bangalore. So your qualification factors for the target audience might be different, and you'll need to specify that accordingly. So just replace these fields with your target audience and you'll be good to go. So anyway, without waiting anymore, let's just go over here, right? And then just paste this command number 2. And then ChatGPT says that yes, it understands. Now it's time to basically give it, the prompt number 3, right? So over here we are saying, please provide a score between 1 to 4 by taking the average of all 9 parameters mentioned earlier. Now over here we are specifying an application. Now this is a sample application that I've just created randomly of a dentist wanting to grow their business. So now ChatGPT will basically qualify this application. Now I'm going to show you two examples. One would be of a good quality application that we'll be submitting, and then the other example that I'll be showing you would be of a bad quality application that we'll be submitting. So let's try out both, right? First, let's do it with the good quality one, and hopefully we are hoping that this application might get a score above 3 or 4. Let's see. So hit enter. Based on the information provided, damn, this is pretty accurate, as you can see. So it gives me, and kaboom, I told you, it'll give you like a pretty good score, which is around 3. Now let's try it for, let's say, a bad quality lead, right? Now my hope is, if our algorithm works like the way we have planned, it might give us a lead score of, let's say, 2, which means that if they score 2, probably we'll have to call them and qualify them. If they score 3 or 4, we'll approve them, whereas if they score 1, we'll cancel them. So let's see how much this bad quality one, in our opinion, scores, right? By the way, it's going to give you like reasoning as well, right? 1.67. So based on the average score, 1.67, this application can be considered as cancel. Very good. They have low scores across most parameters, indicating that they are not suitably fit for your coaching services. So by using this, literally I can determine which application that I'm getting or which lead that I'm getting is actually qualified to talk to me, so that I can save the time of my sales team and actually make sure that they're talking to the most qualified people. Now here's something more interesting that you can do. Now if you go to ChatGPT and you literally get a paid plan of their software, like literally if you click on upgrade to plus, and then you go to a website called as zapier.com, right? You can set up an integration between your form software, like let's say in Calendly in this case, and this ChatGPT to give you the scores automatically. So just to give you an example, here's what you can see. This is the application that we got on our Slack channel. And as you can see, just under AI grading, it automatically says unqualified and cancelled by providing a score on its own. Just think about how crazy that is. Now, of course, this is using the prompts that we have provided to it, and you can of course adjust your prompts accordingly, but this is how it works. And trust me, when you utilize it, your life just becomes super simple.